What's up, everybody? It's Bo here from Flashcraft, and I have been really thinking about what the future holds, specifically what my bases are going to be like on the next Earth. And so I wanted to play around with the blocks that we have in 1.17 and really come up with some cool ideas. So here are 3 different base concepts for your home base for 1.17 in Minecraft. Let's go. So I've never really played around with nature before, but I have to admit, the idea of living in a tree, like some sort of druidic or, I don't know, Nestle Toll House type situation is kind of cool. With this particular tree, I'm really proud of the way that it turned out. The first ever tree I made in Minecraft looked a lot like these guys, just really, really tall, and then you got some leaves on top, and that was it. Well, here we've got a full-on custom tree with various branches going around. I built up the custom trunk first, and then kind of branched out just a few branches to kind of get the general kind of shape going. And then I worked all the way around with oak leaves and these awesome azalea leaves. Got the flowering azaleas in there as well. And you'll notice that it's lit up with these shroom lights that I actually put trap doors around so that when you're down below, you don't necessarily have the kind of the orange popping out at you. But as the sun goes down, you'll kind of see it stays very, very well lit, and just kind of makes a statement right here on top of this little hill that we've got going on. But that's just the outside, right? Let's take a look on the inside. So heading in, I started to incorporate some of the dripstone underneath, which I feel like, works really well as just a different dirt texture. Kind of makes it feel as though, this dirt's been kind of, waxed over. I mean, look, you've got kind of some comparison right there. This seems like you just dug a hole. This seems like maybe you dug a hole, but then you patted it down with something. It seems like it kind of has a point and it's lived in. When you first walk in, I've got an initial storage room together, so just kind of some immediate things that I might need to run to the base real quick and get. Obviously, there's nothing in here right now. And then decorate it up with those azalea leaves until we go back down below, which is really where all of the action is happening. That's where we've got our enchanting area that are lit up by the awesome candles. You'll notice I've got the moss down below here as well, so there's almost kind of like this underground little, not necessarily an oasis, but just this natural kind of lived-in space. I love this idea too. So I thought it'd be really cool to have a rejuvenating fountain for the bed. And if you put these stairs all the way around a bed like this, you can fill in with the water, it doesn't submerge the bed. Now, if you were to break this bed and then try to put one down, it would submerge the bed, and it wouldn't work. So you have to kind of put the bed down first to do something like this. We also have an Enchanted Wardrobe, right? And don't go through that portal. It's not taking you to Narnia. Yeah, that's going to go to the Nether. So we're going to go ahead and close that up. And then, more workstation over here and more storage as well. So there you go. That's the first idea, kind of a nature concept for number 1. Now, I have always loved the idea of an undersea base, but I've never actually done one myself. And this is something I'm really kind of considering for season 3, maybe. So here we've got, as you can see, it looks really awesome from the outside. I wanted to kind of give it the feel of gears or kind of these portals that are, that you have kind of on almost like like a giant submarine or something of that nature. You've got kind of your main one, and then you've got a bottom and a top one and a door. And yes, I realize I just said bottom and top, and that makes no sense whatsoever. But let's just head inside real quick, and I'll show you what I've done. We've got the copper going on and the deep slate kind of all combined. And I really wanted to kind of use as much corrosion as possible mixed in with that warp stem. I think it gives a really nice it works, right? It feels like these two colors work really, really well together. Also, you've got the deep slate. I'm utilizing some of the stairs so that it feels a little wet here on the base. You've got your first observation window right here. And if we go up, you got a little bit of a workstation, right? And then over here, you've got your main observation room. And honestly, I love this observation room. Like, this observation room was what I first built, and then I realized, well, it's not very functional, so I had to kind of tack on all the rest of the functionality. And that's okay. Like, it is okay to have something in your base that you just love because it looks cool. And that is exactly what this observation room is for me. Now, you can't really see much. It's all dark out there, so I probably want to put some sea pickles out or something that's going to make it look, you know, make the view a little bit nicer. If we climb up, we've got our enchanting, and then of course the bed with a little, some bedtime buddies over here. Little axolotls chilling out, swimming over the dreams. So there you go. And then of course the top window as well. So there you go. That is base idea number 2. All right, and this concept is going to come as no surprise to anybody who has been watching Flashcraft Season 2, but a UFO. I love UFO bases. I think it's so cool. For one thing, it is risen up in the sky. It raised up in the sky, so it just feels very safe from that standpoint. I tried to take my concept from Season 2, basically my base from Season 2, and just kind of upgrade it a little bit while also using some of these newer blocks. You'll notice we've got these kind of tough turf, whatever they're called, these gray blocks right here. Probably my least favorite of everything that was added into the game in 1.17, but at the same time, it does provide a little bit of texture here to our UFO. And of course, we got some of the deep slate kind of in the edges here. Now on mine, on Season 2, it kind of pops out with an additional layer out kind of in the center. But yeah, I wanted to kind of give it more of a hamburger type feel. And of course, now that I say that, that's all I can see is a hamburger. Also, with our kind of beam me up Scotty situation, I wanted to put kind of some additional rings, give it more of an epic feel, like this is a UFO that means business. And right now, the business is, I guess, abducting us right now to get up into it. So here we go. And as you can see, if you compare this with my Season 2 base, it's very different. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could just kind of get more out of it. Now, this is the exact same size, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it may be one block different, but I don't think it is. I think it's pretty much the exact same size as my Season 2 base. And yet, by dividing things up a little differently, I'm actually able to get a lot more out of it. Like, just storage alone is, I don't know. It seems like I've got more storage space here. If I had broken things up like this, I might have been able to actually use my starter base UFO in Season 2 for a little bit longer than I actually did. So as you can see, we've got kind of the storage all around. You've got kind of the control center right here, which is your crafting area. And then I've got these kind of two, docking bays, or not really docking bays, but just like storage areas, which contains our enchanting. And then over here, I honestly didn't even know what to do with it. So I just kind of made it more storage. We've got the glowberries going down to kind of provide for some light food growing right here in the base. As you can see, calcite plays a pretty significant, role in this design and just kind of the way that it makes everything pop. And yeah, this feels very different. I was really leaning into the 1.16 blocks for my Season 2 base, and so it's kind of cool to revisit the exact same concept with all these new blocks, and I think it turned out really well. And of course, if you ever make a base like this, one thing that I highly recommend when you're using is to use the nether portal as kind of the eye, or central opening area. And then just make sure that you've got a water source right below it so that you can just drop down, fall directly into the water. You'll be fine. It's a great way to exit. And also it kind of saves you the hassle of having to try to put like 2 water beams inside your abduction ray right here. So there you have it. That's number 3, and that is 3 bases that you can make in your 1.17 world. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, goodbye.